What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video we are going to be doing a tier list, and this is going to be the tier list of the best budget players in NBA 2K20 MyTEAM. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content than anyone else. We are also trying to hit 170,000 subscribers by the end of the month. It's going to be very, very close. Right now it's looking like we're probably not going to hit it, but it's going to be really, really close. Also, lads, the Hall of Fame wager dodger player himself, the only person with that badge, Henry the Blasian, is catching up to us in subs. Lads, we are trying to hit 200k before him, so obviously there's no set time on that, but if you could help us do that, that would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, yeah, now let's get on to the tier list. So the first player is a new player that came out yesterday. It's Anthony Tolliver. So Tolliver's actually got pretty decent ball handle, isn't a terrible defender, but he shoots the lights out. That's all I'm going to say. His release is really, really nice as well. It's nice and quick. And you know what? Like, I've been trying out this guy in my main squad, and he's been, I don't mean like he's been incredible. I mean like he's been holding his own. Like, he's just been holding his own. He's been fine. He's been there as a spot-up shooter. I actually prefer using him to Siakam. And this guy right here is like 4,000 MT. So, for that reason, like, for literally 4k MT in terms of value wise, I gotta put him in A. I'm not gonna quite put him in S, but I'm gonna put him in A. And also, lads, because this is budget, value comes into account as well. Also, I don't think any of these cards are more than around 15ish KMT. Someone might be a bit over that, but that's kind of the maximum price that I would put in a budget card in this game. Then we've got Alex Caruso. Was elite when he came out, but like he came out, he was the week after All-Star Weekend. I think he came out like the 21st of February or something. So thereabouts. I don't think he's the greatest card in the world. He's not terrible. He's not terrible. In terms of budget cards, he's pretty good because he can defend. Just kind of meh. Then we have got Jeff Greene. I'm pretty sure Jeff Greene was probably S tier or at worst A tier in the last one. And you know what? I'm still going to put him in A tier this time. Jeff Greene is one of the more underrated cards in the game. Like, in terms of purely rim running amethyst power forward or ruby power forwards, he's the best. In terms of ruby cards, I think it's probably him, Thon, and Dante DiVincenzo. And I actually think I forgot DiVincenzo on this list. DiVincenzo would be A tier as well, I think. Yeah, he probably would be, just because of value. And Jeff Greene's really good. Then we've got Javon Carter. I really like this card. I think he's got the Trey Burke base. He's just really, really solid card. Defends really well. Like, he defends really, really well. Shoots it well. And honestly, for my Road to Glory squad, he's holding his own. He's doing pretty well, not gonna lie. Then we got Thon Maker. So Thon Maker, honestly, he was S tier in the last list. I think I said he was the best budget player. But in the past month, pretty much every center has got quick first step. And that means Thon Maker can no longer guard anybody. Yeah, Thon Maker has it himself, but we all know Thon can't guard Thon. But the problem is that since this time last month, when I made the last video, Bagley's come out. Dino Raja's come out. I know Dino Raja's not quite a budget player, but he's still really good. Mo Bamba can just burn Thon Maker. There's a lot of centers. Like, obviously Thon can't guard any of the more expensive centers, but there's an awful lot of centers that even that aren't expensive that he just can't guard. So for that reason, Thon is going into B tier. And now we're going to put a player that is still not the most expensive card in the world. He's not nearly as cheap as he used to be. And I'm not sure if he ever will be as cheap as he once was, because he was like 2.5k at one stage. But he's around 4.5, 5k depending when you're going to buy him. But you know what? For that price, he's going in S tier. Like, yeah, there's definitely going to be players in A tier that might be a little bit better, but Lance Stephenson's still more than usable with God squads. Yeah, I don't think he's anything unbelievable, but like, if you're out there running, I don't know, just Lance Stephenson and, I don't know, Brent Barry or something as your two wings, you're going to be perfectly fine. Then we have got Grayson Allen. So Grayson Allen is a bit of a weird one. So I really do like Grayson Allen. He's got a couple of cold zones, but he's that little bit expensive. Like, he's probably the most expensive player in this entire list because he is, I think he's probably 15k at his cheapest, but he is a 6'5" point guard with range, really nice release, can dunk. I'm going to put Grayson Allen. First of all, move Stevenson back to S tier. I'm going to put Grayson Allen in A tier. I really do like the card, but he's going A tier. Next, one of the most obvious selections, Bonga. I don't know what price he is, but like anything under 30k, Bonga's S tier. He was 4k MT. He was actually 4k MT. Then we have got, well, Bonga's like a 6'8" point guard, if you guys don't know, with a fairly decent release and can lock people up and dunk and is fast. Then we got Boban. So, is it just me or did 2K nerf Boban? Like, I can't use him anymore. I can't hit hook shots with him. I can't do anything with Boban. And like, I'm not the only one that says this. People in my chat or people in my comment section are saying as well that they did something to Boban. He can't hit a hook shot anymore. Yeah, he still rebounds kind of well. He was never fast, but his whole thing was bullying people hook shots and he can't hit hook shots. So, for that reason, he is a giant, so I'm not going to put him lower than this, but he's C tier. Then we have got Marvin Bagley. I'm going to put Marvin Bagley in S tier. Marvin Bagley is elite. He's got a handle. He can shoot the three, got a really nice release, dunks on everybody, and yeah, just an absolutely spectacular card. And I also do want to mention that I don't have Harden, etc., those type of spotlight sims, but the individual team spotlight sims, I have them on this list because, well, they're 2 hours of play. So for one or two of these cards, playing the game 2 hours, like, it probably takes you 2 hours to get 15k MT sometimes from TTO. So considering that's the top price, I'm gonna put 2 hours. I'm gonna put one of these cards as my like limit. But Kenny Walker, he's not terrible, but I don't think I have any terrible players on this list. He's on D tier though. Can't really shoot the ball that well. Not the greatest, just at anything to be honest. But not terrible. Not terrible. Like when he came out, he's a pretty nice budget player, but he doesn't do much. Shaq. You know what? I'm putting Shaq here in B tier because Shaq might be the best player in the game at guarding himself. He might be the best player in the game at guarding himself. And I don't mean the pink diamond Shaq or the amethyst Shaq. I mean the opal Shaq. Like, I've had people use the pink diamond Shaq into my opal Shaq and they've held their own. So for that reason, while I definitely don't think he's spectacular, especially on offense, you know what? He's actually a fairly good defensive big, so he's going to be tier. Then we got Hito. For the meme's sake, I would love to put him in A tier, but you know what? Hito's just not that good this year, which is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Had they given him base 11, he still has decent dribble animations. Still not a terrible card, but like, I can't justify putting him ahead of Thon Maker. Then we have got Jeff Petrie, who's going into C tier. Jeff Petrie can't play defense. He has no clamps, and that's literally the only problem with this card. If this dude right here had clamps, I'm telling you right now. If he had clamps, he'd be S tier. Like, even gold clamps. And like, there's a reason why I don't have the hologram of Kobe Bryant on this list. Like, I think that Kobe Bryant card is so disrespectful to Kobe. And yeah, I get it, he wasn't a great defender, but literally every card they make has clamps right now. I think it was so disrespectful to Kobe. Because he can't play defense, people just run literally right through him. I am now referring to it as the hologram of Kobe Bryant because I'm not admitting that that's a representation of Kobe. The problem is that Jeff Petrie is a little bit of a hologram as well. Although Petrie is an elite offensive player, he can score with the best of them. Problem is that it's just he can't play defense. Gold clamps and he becomes a god. And man, the only reason I'm really kind of want historic spotlights is I'm living in hope. I'm living in hope that the Blazers historic spotlight is Jeff Petrie. Because if it is, you better believe everyone's selling that Dwayne Wade. You better believe everyone's going to be running with him. Like, imagine having him at 1 point guard, Dwayne Wade is your other, and then, I don't know, Bingo Smith is your 2 guard. Bingo Smith with another cheesy park release. Like, man, that would be insane. Then we got Mo Bamba. So, Mo Bamba. Like, I much prefer Mo Bamba in 2K19. You could definitely make an argument that the 2K19 Mo Bamba was better than the song. He was part of the holy trinity of rubies with Jonathan Isaac and Thon Maker. However, I'm not the biggest fan of this Bamba, but he's not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to put him in A tier. He's not particularly fast. There's a reason why we call him slow-mo on this channel. Even though his speed stats are high, he just runs in slow motion. Thing is though, his arms go down to his ankles. He actually is quite okay dribbling the ball, and his jumper is money. Like, he is one of the best pick and pop jump shooters in the game. He gets bullied inside and doesn't really block shots that well, but it's just a pick and pop. That is what separates Mo Bamba from some of the other centers in the game. And there's a reason why in like my main team, I run Mo Bamba over Marvin Bagley, even though I think Bagley's better, because he just offers something different to a lot of other centers. Then we've got Michael Ray Richardson. Would have been a lot like, was a lot more useful pre Isaac Bonga and pre Grayson Allen, pre Bingo Smith, because there's a stage where if you wanted a point guard to match up to LeBron slash Giannis slash Magic, well, the Pink Diamond Magic, you basically needed to get Michael Ray Richardson because he was the only one that could match up, because he was 6'5", a really good defender, and was okay in terms of interior defense. However, right now there's just way better alternatives, and his jumper's nice though. I like his jumper. From deep, it's not great, but like, still a really good defender. Shoots the non-limitless 3 very well. So like, if he had limitless, he'd be elite. And then we've got Brent Barry, and I love this card. I really love this card. Like, I literally made an entire video on Operation Sports about this card, about how I think he's one of the most underrated cards in the game, period. So yeah, I'm gonna put Brent Barry up here in S tier. For like 9k, 9k MT, you cannot get wrong with this card. Now we are on to a lot of the Spotlight Sim rewards. So I'm going to be judging these based on, considering that's 2 hours, that they're somewhere between 15 and 20k in value. So Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura's got medals released. Pretty good catch and shoot player. You know what? There are much better players to go for though. Like, I don't think he's by any means a bad card per se. Like, he does a lot of things well. There's just a lot of things that he doesn't do well at the same time. Like, you're not going to be really... He's going to be a cone. He's going to be a cone. Like, that's pretty much it. He's just a 3-and-D player. He's not going to create his own shot ever. He's just kind of just going to be there on the floor. Can't shoot from limitless, though. So if the other team is in his zone, that's fine. Because, again, against his zone, you do need a bunch of limitless players. But overall, a card that I do really like. I think I don't think he's worth it, because I think there's probably 3 or 4 better cards. But no, he's fantastic. Now we got Robert Covington. Robert Covington is going in S tier. And I think Rocco is in the holy trinity of Spotlight Sim rewards. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later. Like, these 3 guys, you can make an argument. All 3 of them are better than the Opal Harden. I'm not going to say they are. I'm not going to flat out say it, but you can make an argument. And Rocco is definitely one of my card that I really, really like. And I would not be that surprised if C and D tier is just left with almost nobody. But yeah, so Rocco is fantastic. 6'9" is a longer body in game than it suggests. Like, he looks about 7 foot. Is a really nice jump shooter, really good defender, and just overall a really, really solid player. Then we got Malcolm Brogdon. So Malcolm Brogdon is another part of the Holy Trinity, and oh, guess what? There's the last member of the Holy Trinity right here. Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is so good, lads. Like, Cam Reddish is basically Pink Diamond Paul George, except you can get him in 2 hours and he's free. Cam Reddish is ridiculously good. He's got Hall of Fame clamps, Hall of Fame range, Hall of Fame quick draw, and a really nice release, basically Paul George's animations. He's going to be ridiculous. Then Malcolm Brogdon. Some people don't like Brogdon, I really do. So the thing is with Brogdon is that his dribbling isn't great. So if you're a guy who likes to dance around screens and stuff, he's not the greatest, but he does everything else well. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Like, Malcolm Brogdon's a 6'5" point guard, so obviously that's pretty good height for a point guard. Like, we're looking at the likes of Grayson Allen being that height is a great thing. But he's got 18 Hall of Fame badges, including Hall of Fame quick draw and range. His release is unreal. There's a Hall of Fame dimer, Hall of Fame clamps, and Hall of Fame quick first steps. He's got basically all the best badges. Hall of Fame. Shoots the lights out in terms of release. And it's just going to be ridiculously good. Well, not going to be. He just is. He just straight up is. And then Cam Reddish is one of the best 2 guards in the game. Like, you can still argue he's a top 5 2 guard in the game. Realistically, I think T-Mac number 1. Number 2, you can argue number 2, to be honest. You could probably argue number 2. Then we have got another elite budget player, and Danny Manning. So I'm going to put Danny Manning right here in A tier. And I'm going to explain why he's not S tier right now. Most people can't use this card. And like, I love Danny Manning. If you guys look at my Road to Glory squad, he's one of my main players. I have his release down. he is one of my favorite players to use because he's 6'10", he shoots the lights out, he's got base 11, his post game is ridiculously good, can play the 3, got a big body, he's legitimately like 7-1 in game, his build is huge. The problem is that I've never been torched by Danny Manning, and most people I see using Danny Manning are terrible with him, so I think it might just be me that likes him. So for that reason, even though this is my list, a lot of people don't like the card, so I'm not going to put him top tier. These, again, even though it is my opinion, this is for you guys giving out some tips, so he's going A tier. But again, for his price, you can't go wrong. He's like 9k MT. Then we have got Toni Kukoc, who I don't rate Toni Kukoc that high. There's something about Kukoc. I don't know what it is. There's something about him, and it's not even that he's slow, because he is, but he's not that slow. Like, he's no slower than Hito. But I take Hito over him any day. In terms of just pure catch and shoot, Toni Kukoc does a job. He's also a really good defender. He just can't really do anything else. Like, I don't think he has the post game of someone like a Rui Hachimura. I get it, he's tall with a good release, and he's also that little bit expensive. A good card, yes. A great card, I don't know. I'm gonna say no to that, but he is a good card. Then we have got Gerald Wallace. So Gerald Wallace is going right up here in A tier. I really do like Gerald Wallace. He locks people down on the wing, shoots the lights out, especially like if he's open, he'll hit the shot, great release, and a really nice dunker. I'm a big fan of Gerald Wallace card. Then we have got Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is going B tier, and like a lot of people are going to look at his stats and be like, he's unbelievable, especially because a lot of the time he is in their 10k MT. And how is he B tier? He has two major problems, and that's keeping him off A or S tier. One, he's got steady shooter, which literally makes him miss open shots randomly, which is not like, but again, like you can kind of get over steady because a lot of the time it helps with contested shots. However, he cannot shoot corner threes, and that's a little bit of the LeBron problem. Like, he can't shoot corner threes, which means that in a 5-out set, especially if you're in the Milwaukee playbook, he isn't going to hit a 3-point shot because he's going to stand in the corner at small forward. The only way to stop that is by playing a power forward, and let's be real, you're not going to be playing Paul Pierce at power forward. So, yeah, that is just a few problems, but he does have a great release. He's good at going under the basket. He's good at most things, but yeah, just not the greatest card in the world, so he's kind of in mid-tier. Then we got Ray Allen, who I'm going to be a little bit controversial. I'm putting Ray Allen in S tier. I love Ray Allen. Like, I think this card is almost as good as the Opal. Like, I don't feel any difference. Like, obviously, the Opal attacks the basket better. But let's be real. Who's using Ray Allen to attack the basket? Who's using Ray Allen to slash and not Ray Allen just as a shooter? And in terms of just shooting-wise, I think he does everything equally as well as the Opal. Sure, he's not as quick, but again, who uses Ray Allen for anything other than shooting the ball? I know someone in the comment section says they will say they do, but let's be real, 99.9% of people use Ray Allen as a shooter, and this guy shoots equally as well as the Opal. So for that reason, Ray Allen's going up here in S tier. And we have got Abdul Rahim. I'm gonna put him down here in B tier. I think he's pretty nice. Like, he's pretty solid, good enough defender, good dunker, okay, but not incredible release. You know what? He's just bang average. And we got Malik Beasley. So, man, I didn't realize how few of these. You could probably move half of these down tiers. I'm going to put Malik Beasley in. I'll put him in A tier. His release is unreal, lads. It is actually unreal. In terms of just pure catch and shoot, he is right up there at the best. I'm a little bit undersized, but his release is so good. We got Jay Williams. Jay Williams, I'm going to put him in B tier. I really like Jay Williams. Release just a little bit funky, but everything else he does well. And I don't like Phillips as much as I loved Phillips when he came out. Man, like, I loved this card so much, but I just had to stop using him. There's just something about him. I think they ruined his release, and it's not that they ruined his release. I think they just changed his green window or something. It was, there's like, the rumors, the conspiracy theories, the 2K nerf players, like when they come out, they juice them and then they nerf their stats. Their like ability to play in game afterwards. It feels like that with Phillips. He was so good for me, and now he's been so bad for me the last month or so. But I can't justify not putting him in B tier, so he's going right there. Donovan Mitchell, he's okay. That's the only way I can describe him. He's alright. You know what? I'm going to put Donovan Mitchell in C tier. Like, he's meh. He is so meh. And Eddie Johnson. Eddie Johnson's outdated. He was unreal when he came out. But again, a C tier. The difference is Eddie Johnson is Silver Steady, which is one of the worst badges in the game. At least it's not bronze, but you know what? Silver Steady's still terrible. And he's just not quite fast enough. Doesn't have quite a good release now. He's just outdated. And then Donovan Mitchell. I'm pretty sure, did Eddie Johnson and Peach come out the same day? They might have. But Donovan Mitchell, I'm telling you, it's just, he's good. I just think there's a lot of better alternatives. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. That is the budget player tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Go dummy, go beast. I go